In data handling, this is a pie chart. Why do we need a pie chart? This is a pictorial representation of it, which is much easier to comprehend and understand. Now we all understand cricket. Now let's look at MS Dhoni. Assume this is dated as on 2013. He scored 400 runs in all. This is a pictorial representation of MS Dhoni versus SE Marsh and the others. The pictorial representation does helps us to understand the data better. Now let us understand what is a pictograph. Now pictograph is something like this. Now in pictograph, what you see here is a representation given in the form of a picture. Now one car here is equivalent to 5 cars, which means if I represent one car, it should actually be assumed as 5. So on Monday it is 5 plus 5 10 plus 5 15 is plus 5 is equal to, there are 20 cars. Let's measure it on Thursday. 5, so 5 5 5 5 5, they total to 25. So these are 25 cars. So this is called as a pictograph. Now what we see here is called as a bar graph. Now what actually is a bar graph? Now why you call it as a bar graph? This is nothing but a bar. This is nothing but a bar. Now what you essentially see are academic years on the x-axis, and on the y-axis what you see are number of students in class 8th. Now if I were to see in academic years 2007 and 8, assume this is a school. In 2007 and 8, the school had roughly around 350 students, whereas in 2005 and 6 this school had roughly around 250 students. So if you see, there is an absolute growth of 250 to 300. So this is how a bar graph helps us to read data. Now what we are seeing here is called as a double bar graph. This is the first bar and this is the second bar. So these are actually the first bar and this is the second bar, and hence it is called as the double bar graph. Now if you carefully observe, this white stuff shown here is nothing but 2005 and 6 year, and whereas the black one, which is this, which shows the year 2006 and 7, which means at the same time, if I refer to subject of maths, in 2005 and 6 we had marks obtained by a student. Now if you see x-axis, which are the subjects, this is the x-axis, and on the y-axis what you see is the marks obtained by a student. Now let's say the student is Alex. Now this student Alex in maths in 2005 and 2006, how much marks did he score? This is 2005 and 6. So if I see, it's 30. The answer is 30. Why? Because this is 2005 and 6. This bar graph refers to 2005 and 6. And this is 30. He obtained 2005 and 6. He obtained 30 marks in maths. But if you look at 2006 and 2007, in that year, how many marks did he get? If you carefully observe, he got 60 marks in maths. So last year, assuming that the paper was for 100 marks, he got 30 marks. This year, If this year, assuming that 2006 and 7 is the current year, he got 60 marks. So there is a significant improvement. If I don't show a double bar graph on the left hand and just show you the data, reading the data becomes very difficult. Why? Because what you are seeing are numbers, whereas what you see here is a pure pictorial representation of data. So this is a double bar graph.